to another episode of Honda Street Garage. I'm Mark.
I'm Seth.
And this episode, we worked on Seth's Del Sol. What did we cover?
Got new struts, intake manifold gasket. Then we did a valve adjustment. Actually, Timmy did it.
Yes, our resident mechanic, Tiny Hands Timmy, did our valve job. So let's all take a look on how it went down. So this is Seth's Del Sol. We're pulling this thing into the garage because we're about to put some new struts on, and we got to get this. Thank you, Mr. Kashi. It's good to know you're here with us today. This is going to be awesome. There's Seth popping the hood. What do we got? What do we got, Mr. Kashi? Yes, it is. A D15 bit. Okay, new strut install. Put this thing on jack stands. If you don't use jack stands, the car could fall on you and you will die. Get the wheels off. Today. And it's off. The suspension, he's got a Skunk 2 camber kit and some lowering springs. The main thing we need to do is get the struts out first. You're going to need a 17, 14, and 12 millimeter sockets and wrenches. And when you have them out, you're going to need a 14 millimeter wrench and a 5 millimeter Allen key to get them apart.
Allow the gospel by soul.
The most important things when doing struts, once you take this nut off, the spring is going to shoot this into your face.
This into your face.
Keep your face away and apply pressure.
Nope, I guess not.
What is this beta switch?
I know, seriously, it would have been funny as hell. There it is. I knew it was coming, so I just let you do it. You want to do the rest?
No.
Okay. Well, here's Tiny Hands Timmy giving us a hand and showing us how to do the intake manifold gasket. This is a pretty straightforward job. The first thing you want to do is unhook all the hoses. Try not to rip or tear them when you do. The plugs and sensors, and especially the throttle cable. The quick tip for the day is drain the coolant first, or it will absolutely pour everywhere when you take the intake manifold off. This engine has had a bad idling problem ever since Seth got it from Japan. I guess you never really know what the previous owner will do to an engine. Now when it comes to idle, the first thing to check is the air idle control valve on the back of the intake manifold. But another main culprit is the fast idle valve on the bottom of the throttle body. After triple checking both of those, we realized it was the gasket itself. Now it's time to get the studs out so we can really clean the surface. The way you get the studs out is you take one 12 millimeter nut, screw it on the stud backwards, and then take another 12 millimeter nut and screw it on forwards, tighten them together, and then you begin to loosen them and the stud will come right out. When we finally got the intake manifold off, we were able to see this gouge in between cylinder number 2 and 3. Not only that, it was bolted on not very tight. When cleaning the surface, put paper towels in the ports to keep all the debris out. Just your best bet. Definitely want to get this surface nice and clean. Do the intake manifold itself too, so that way when you put the new gasket on, torque everything down, the seal is nice and perfect, and when we started the car, the idle was absolutely flawless. It was unbelievable. And now here's Mr. Kashi with... I knew you were going to do that.
You dumb straight.
All right, go ahead and get the valve cover off. Start with the first cylinder, put the engine at top dead center, adjust the valves, and then repeat the process on cylinders 2, 3, and 4. Inspect everything, make sure everything looks pretty good, nothing's broken or anything like that. To do this, you're going to need some special tools. A feeler gauge that is the proper spec for the engine, and a tool that is basically a flathead screwdriver and a 10 millimeter socket combined. You don't have to have this tool, but it definitely makes the job a whole lot easier. This is basically a guide to show you how this is done, and it should not be attempted if you have no idea what you're doing. This job should be done by a professional mechanic, and since Tiny Hands Timmy is a professional mechanic, we knew that we were in good tiny hands. The idea here is to use the feeler gauge on the pair of valves to make sure that they have the same feel of clearance. It can't be too tight or too loose. That's why the proper spec has to be maintained, otherwise major engine damage can occur. Maintaining our cars is a big deal because we drive our cars daily. Gas prices are high and we're all on a budget. So we're gonna check the ignition system and make sure everything looks good. But then we found oil inside. So we had to rebuild it, which is gonna be in a later episode. Now Timmy's putting in a new valve cover gasket. New valve cover bolt seals. The grommets for the spark plugs. RTV in the corners. He puts it on and torques it down in the proper bolt pattern. Gapping the spark plugs is the last step to making sure the car runs properly, and it's done. So that was it. We hope you enjoyed it and possibly learned something. Maybe you yourself can get out there and model on your own car. You probably already do if you're watching this. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned.
Or not.
Or not.